Hello, this is Zach, and I'm going to show you how the Takeoff Browser works in Revit. So to bring it up, if you don't already have it up, you can go to the www Drafting tab or the www Takeoff tab. Either way, there's a button there for Takeoff Browser, and it pulls up this dockable window that you can move around, put on any side or in a different monitor if you want. Just let's stick it at the bottom of the screen here. And the first thing you need to do to use it is click this refresh button. This will load all the information that's in your Revit model into the window so you can look at all the different items. So the tabs up here, well, up here it shows you which file you have open just in case you forgot. It's the one that's last loaded. So if I open a different file, this will still say Porter and the job number there. Here's a list of all the elevations that it found. And this is based off of what the takeoff program would find when we're doing takeoffs. So those are all the elevations, here are all the units, all the mullions, and all the infills or glass in the project. If you find something that you want to locate something, well, first of all, you can sort by anything up here by clicking to sort. So I'm going to sort this by elevation number. The first elevation number is 1, and if I wanted to find this particular one, I can highlight it and then hit the binoculars, and it should select it and zoom to it in Revit. Sometimes, like in this case, it's on the other side of this wall. It doesn't rotate the view, so you might have to like hit the cube here to rotate the view, and then you'll see that that's that elevation one. This is an older version of Porter, so don't take any offense. If you're looking for particular units, you can follow the same thing. If you wanted to see multiples, like maybe I wanted to see all of elevation ones, easiest way probably to do that is to click and drag this elevation column header up into the area, the blue area up here. That groups them by elevation. After you do that, you can right-click on these headings and choose Collapse. That will collapse them into the different groups. So all the elevation ones, there's 23 of them, they're all listed under here. So if I wanted to find all of them, I don't have to expand this. You can just click here, and that will select all of the stuff inside of it. And then I can hit the binoculars. And now it's selected for me and showing me all the elevation ones on this entire building. It's pretty useful for units as well. If you want to select units that are inside of groups, you can go to this tab, hit Control A to select everything, and then hit the binoculars, and it will select all the units that are either inside or outside of groups pretty easily without you having to tab or click on each unit individually. So that's pretty useful. This is also useful for checking. So this little menu over here to the side lists different presets that are used for checking. So I'm going to do the glass types checking. So you just double click on this, and what it did was it automatically went to my infills tab, grouped everything by type, and if I collapse these, you'll see that each type has a color assigned to it. And if you want to see all the items or if you want to colorize the model based on these colors, once you have the colors showing there, you can hit color elements in the model. And it will take a second to colorize everything. And now all my lights are colored by whatever glass type it is. They're also selected from the previous thing. Okay, there we go. So you can see here the oranges are type 1s, and the gold ones are type 1Ts. Looks like I have 3 blanks, so to find those easily, I can again click on the group to select everything in the group, and then hit the binoculars, and those three are right there, and you can see that they're red also. So if I was checking the glass types, I would see if I was looking around the building that those were blank. They didn't have a glass type at all. The colors look a little muddy here, and you can fix that by changing the settings on your 3D view. If you go to the graphic display options of the view, what I like to do is change it to hidden lines, turn ambient shadows off, go to lighting, and turn off the sun, which is directional, and no shadows, and put your ambient light somewhere around 40–50%, something like that. Hit OK, and it will render this a little more cartoony, so it's a little easier to see what the colors actually are, because they're not affected by random shadows or whatever. There's other presets here, and they work the same way. If you were checking all the left bytes, just double click on left byte, hit the Colorize button, and it should recolor everything by left byte. And you can see that a lot of these make sense. We have a different byte on the left side of these lights than we do on the ones in the middle. Same over here, same over here. And you can see the byte sizes by collapsing this. And so all the red ones, which we don't see in this view, are -2.5 byte. The gold ones that we see here are ½ byte. The green ones are 7/8, which probably means they're captured mullions, etc. So you can see a lot of things just from the colors. You can see where mistakes have been made. It's also great for finding different things. In the future, I'm planning to add other tabs to this, like for matte clips, embeds, that kind of stuff. Another thing, you don't have to use these for colorizing. You could also do a custom one. So if I drag this off so I don't group by the left byte, and instead I group by area, now they're all sorted by their square footage. And then I could color by square footage, maybe. That almost doesn't make any sense. Maybe by shape or something, maybe by width. That might make more sense. So once I get them grouped by width, I can right-click on the group and color by group and collapse. And now each width, or each width color, 0 widths are red, etc., etc. Then I hit my Colorize button. And this should actually be a pretty good check to make sure that the glass widths are the same going up. Looks like all these are the same widths, so they're all the same base size probably. We got these, which are nicely in columns, which is kind of what we expect. So that's how the Takeoff Browser works. There's a lot of different things you can do with it. There's a lot of information shown for each object. I encourage you to use it, play with it, and it's really helpful to find things. Thank you very much.